Thanks, Brandis. Earlier in the program, we discussed averting a government shutdown and defaulting on government debt. And now we're joined again by Congresswoman Cheri Bustos and Congressman Brad Schneider. Again, we invited all the Republicans in Illinois' congressional delegation, and none accepted our invitation tonight. And let's talk about those infrastructure pieces. House Democrats held a caucus last night. Here's what House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said as she left.
We just had a fabulous, our members are so idealistic, strategic, and interested in getting results. It was a beautiful meeting. I'm so proud of them.
Everybody on board for Thursday vote then?
I'm sorry?
Thursday vote still on track, Madam Speaker?
Congresswoman Bustos, as we mentioned earlier in the show, the bulk of the president's economic agenda is on the line this week. $4+ trillion in domestic spending on infrastructure and other items. You're a part of Speaker Pelosi's leadership team. You're at that meeting. Where are negotiations on all these things at this moment?
In a word, ongoing. We've got to make sure that we get all of our members together. What we have at stake here is we've got only 3 votes that we can lose within our own caucus. Our friends on the other side of the aisle have already told us that they're not going to be on board with us. So we've got to make sure that we are as unified as we've ever been. And so I think those conversations are still going on. The timing of the vote on infrastructure, the timing of the Build Back Better Act is part of the negotiation. What I've been telling people is I'm confident that we're going to get both of these done. Exactly the timing, I'm not certain about, but in the exact amount of our Build Back Better Act, I'm not certain about either, but I feel good that we're going to get both of these things done. And this will be the premier definition of President Biden's administration, the rebuilding our country, and then really transforming how we look at public education, how we look at child care, how we look at senior care. And so this is momentous, and it takes a lot of negotiation.
And Congressman Schneider here, the split is among the Democratic Party. More moderate members want to pare down that $3.5 trillion spending bill. More progressive members say basically over our dead bodies. That's the number. So where's the compromise going to happen here?
Well, so I don't know that I would call it a split. Here's what I do know. We've got uniformity in our caucus across the full spectrum on the belief that we need to invest in our children. The child tax credit that was expanded in the American Rescue Plan has lifted half of the children living in the United States in poverty today are lifted out of poverty. The Build Back Better Act would extend that and help lift more children out of poverty. The idea that we can invest in early childhood education, ensure that every child gets to kindergarten with a preschool education that teaches them the basic skills they need to begin their academic careers and succeed later on in life, is good for our kids today, but it's also an investment in our future. The Build Back Better Act, we agree across the spectrum of our party that we need to invest in addressing climate change. Talk to young people today, they understand they're the first generation experiencing climate change, but they're the last generation that has a chance to tackle it. We need to work together with that. So we're hammering out the details. There's not complete agreement. There are folks in our caucus who want to do more sooner. There are folks in our caucus who say, and I'll count me among them, let's grab a handful of things that we can do really well and make sure we get them done now and continue to work to move forward. But I think across the board, Democrats and the Progressive Caucus and the New Democrat Coalition, the Blue Dogs, you name it, we're all committed to helping the president work forward on his agenda and ensuring that we create transformative, bold legislation that will secure our children's future and our nation's security.
Congresswoman Bustos, you mentioned that $3.5 trillion number may not be the final number, even though progressives have said it has to stick at that. So what might be trimmed out of that bill to get some kind of consensus?
Well, that's still what's being negotiated. Here's why I don't think that's going to be the final number. As I said, we can only lose 3 votes in the House. We only have a 3-vote majority among House Democrats. In the Senate, as you and your viewers know, it's 50-50 split, and Kamala Harris has to break any tie if we can get to that 50-vote margin. When you've got a couple senators, namely Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, who are flat out saying publicly and privately that they're not going to get to $3.5 trillion, that means it's got to be negotiated downward. To Joe Biden's credit, what he's asking of the senators is what exactly is that number that you're going to be able to agree to? What exactly are the programs in our Build Back Better Act that you have to have included and that you absolutely can't live with having included? Look, this is this is that messy work of negotiation and legislating. In the end, though, we're going to have a historic piece of legislation. I believe it will be toned down. I don't think that's breaking any big news. I'm basically reporting what is the reality, that if at least 2 of the senators aren't going to go to $3.5 trillion, we're not going to have the vote. So we're going to have to figure out, where do you trim that down?
So it seems like action will happen in the House once you all know where those 2 senators, Manchin and Sinema, stand on what they want to spend. And Congressman Schneider, President Biden has also been holding some furious meetings in the Oval Office about this. Well, what's come out of those meetings?
Well, what we know coming out of those meetings is there's, again, broad agreement that we need to take action, that we will pass an infrastructure bill, that we will pass a form of the Build Back Better Act, as Cheri said. The number is a negotiation between the Senate, the House, and the administration. Again, for me personally, I want to make sure that we are taking strong action on climate, on jobs in the economy, action on our kids in education, as well as healthcare. What the final package looks like will be ultimately the outcome of those negotiations. But again, we need to work with the Senate. We need to know what their parameters are. We've already set our priorities in the House, and if we can get from the Senate, the House has done its markup. We've done our work in our committees. We need the same from the Senate, and then we can sit down at the table and find that common ground.
Congresswoman Bustos, will this final bill be paid for with new taxes? I know that that's something being negotiated as well. So will it be a bill that adds to the deficit or not? And what might those taxes look like?
100% of this will be paid for. That was Joe Biden's pledge when he was on the campaign trail. It's his pledge today. What will that look like? If you are a family that earns below $400,000 a year, you are going to see a tax cut. If you are the richest of the richest of the rich, you're going to see a tax increase. If you are a big corporation that has somehow managed to pay a real federal tax amount of 0%, you're going to be paying more, which is only right. So we're not going to get back to that corporate tax rate that is where it was before the tax cuts in the previous administration, but the corporate tax rate will go up. But if you're only if you're the richest of the rich, are you going to see a tax increase? And Paris, where I come from, we're a family of 4, where the median pay is $50,000. There's not too many families in downstate Illinois that are going to see any kind of increase. In fact, most will see a decrease in their tax bill.
All right, a lot to keep our eyes on, and this is changing by the minute. So we thank you both for joining us here. Our thanks to Representatives Cheri Bustos and Brad Schneider.
Thanks, Paris.